We recently had a man who started attending our church who has repeatedly badmouthed the church that he has left. And in coming to our church, he made the declaration that, sure, he's going to come. He's not sure if this will be the church where he stays, and that's fine. But nobody's allowed to tell him what to do except God and Jesus. He very clearly distinguishes the two, which is an entirely different conversation. But it got me to thinking about how we fiercely like to cling to our independence, and we want to be right, and we don't want people to tell us what to do. And so with that in mind, there's 2 points in the scriptures that tell us as Christians what we are supposed to do regarding authority and people telling us what to do. So the first one is in Romans 13:1. Let every person be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God. And those authorities that exist have been instituted by God. First step. And in case you thought, well, maybe Paul's psychotic, I don't think so, but in case you did, let's look at Peter, who ran around with Jesus for a while. And it says this in 1 Peter chapter 2, starting in verse 13, for the Lord's sake, accept the authority of every human institution, whether of the emperor as supreme or of the governors as sent by him to punish those who do wrong and praise those who do right. For it is God's will that by doing right, you should silence the ignorance of the foolish. A lot of times we feel like we know everything, and so we don't have to submit ourselves. And even within the church, we are to submit to one another, it tells us, as members in the body of Christ. It's really hard when we love self to let go and be willing to first be sharpened by others within the body of Christ, but second, to submit to others who are in authority over us, and we don't like it. But as Peter calls out, it's entirely for Christ's sake that we do this, that we learn, that we are sharpened, that we are formed in love and respond in love, which is so different than responding out of self and self-preservation. I encourage you, if you are having any issues of people in charge telling you what to do, even if it's another political party that you totally disagree with, I might be pushing a button here, remember what Christ has called us to. Something to contemplate today. Blessings on you.